Hey guys, Happy New Year. So here's a quote for you guys. If my mind can conceive it, if my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. That is a great quote by the late, great Muhammad Ali. So, goals, 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 goals. So, this episode is going to dive in about how to properly set goals, how do you measure your goals, some personal development. So, you tuned into the right show today. My name is LaShawn Abraham. I am a mortgage loan officer and sales manager here at Gill Mortgage in Summerville, South Carolina. And so I am definitely happy to be with you today alongside my husband, who's the other half of Team Abraham. So tell me, Gavin, tell the people who you are.
I- I'm your, I'm your husband. I'm your other half. I'm Gavin Abraham. What's up, guys? Teach Me Tuesday. We're back at it. New year. Like you said, new year, new goals. How many of us have them? So we're gonna talk about it. But yeah, Gavin Abraham, loan officer here in Summerville, South Carolina. Ready to take care of all your lending needs here in all of South Carolina and Georgia as well. So let's get to it.
My name is Wilmot Berry here in Orangeburg, South Carolina. I'm a real estate agent here with EXP Realty Broker. I'm sorry, the Berry Group, brokered by EXP Realty here in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Trying to get used to this 2024, guys. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
Hey, it's
New Year.
here. It
So,
came in fast. I can't believe we're already 10 days in, and it feels like it was just New Year's Eve. So it's here. So the time waits for no man. So it is definitely here. So, to get things started, today is all going to be about goals. I mean, goals are very important. We're going to kind of deep dive into goals and how do you set your goals, what goals you may be having, what's on that vision board list. Is home ownership on there? If it's some other personal stuff, it doesn't have to be specifically related to buying the house. But we hopefully we can drop some nuggets and gems to you guys to kind of explain to you about goals. So let's get into it. So let's just start off. Do any of us have goals? Any of you guys have goals this year so far? Have you already set them? When do you set them? Wait, let me back up. When do you set your goals? Do you actually set it January 1st or do you set it sometime in December? What do you
Man,
think?
I'm gonna go ahead and just be real. Man, goals for me is that word is like it's like it's cringy
Why?
because man, so if you're depending on I'm a free spirit. I like to just do things as it comes. I don't necessarily like to plan out things. So goal
Noted.
setting has definitely been a challenge of mine, but a good challenge because it helped me step outside my comfort zone. Um, and gives me something to be more driven towards, and it gives me accountability. But we'll talk about all that as we go into goals. Right now, I would say, I mean, personal goals. First is to get through these fasts that we're on. I
mm,
know a lot of
Yes.
people kicking off the new year with spiritual fast. Uh, LaShawn and myself, we're doing 21-day fast with our church. Um,
Yeah.
and we're
that's
giving up
awesome.
TV during those 21 days, and then somehow she got me on board with doing a 40-day sugar fast.
Mm,
So your boy can't have no sweets, can't have no sugar right now.
mm.
So yeah, if you see me twitching or anything like that during the session, you know, don't mind me. Just know that the Lord's working through your boy.
I got
What
you.
about you, Wilmot? How are you a big goal setter every year? Do you typically set yours starting in December or do you come in January 1st? It's like then put the pen to the paper.
Yeah, I love goals, man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So I might set goals this month, next month, but typically the typical, hey, for 2024, I probably start on my goals probably November, maybe early part of December, you know. Um, some of them probably earlier than that, when it comes to production on the real estate side, So we try to think about in between 45 to 90 days out, So if you're trying to be busy this time of year in January, you should have been working in November and October so that you can have
Mhm.
deals in the pipeline in January, So
True. What
yeah.
about what about your
Yeah.
like personal goals though? Like anything personal that you say, you know what, Will might has to get accomplished this in 2024?
Yeah, man, I got those two. So, and I hope we'll jump ahead. But yeah, Gavin, I got like personal goals. I got spiritual goals. I try to break it down, like every aspect of my life that I want to see improvement in.
All right.
Try to set goals in that particular arena of my life. So because it's a, and I know we're gonna get into it, it's a way for us to track, see if we're making progress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, man, like being a better dad. You know, what does that mean? You know, how can you track that? You know, and it's ways of doing that. So, or being a better husband, or having a better relationship with God. You know, it's those different aspects of my life that I value the most.
Right.
And I'm this is why I get excited about it, because I know we're going to talk about this, and I know we're going to really go digging deep when we're talking about goals in this session. So yeah.
Right. Sean, how about you? What goals you starting the year off with?
Yeah, so same like with I love goals. I think I came out the womb setting a goal. I because my background is in accounting and numbers. I love tracking. I love spreadsheets. I love seeing, my progress. And I think I've had, birthed that into our little 8-year-old daughter. But she's almost like my little mini me. She needs to know everything. She wants to see how she's doing. She wants to continue to push herself and get better. You want to always present the best version of yourself. So I think that's why I love goals. So every year I try to take first I do like a reassessment of my life. What did I accomplish? How much of that meter did I meet? And then I kind of, dial it back and then set new goals. Well, how can I do better? How can I continue to move the needle? How can we continue to grow? Because at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. You want to grow. You want to grow and present the best version of yourself to the world, because I feel like the people that are in my life deserve the best version of me. And so that's why for me, goals are important. So this year, we have same thing. We have different buckets of goals. On a business level, I think last year, I need to actually, we have a business meeting coming this Friday. But last year, we probably served close to about 55 families last year. And so for us, that's a great number. But this year, we want to do more. We want to try to increase that by 25%. So those are some business goals for us, is how do we move that needle? How do we go deeper with the relationships that we have? On a personal level, outside of the spiritual stuff that we're doing, we want to get more, rooted in investing, get a little bit more organized with how we spend our money, even though we're going on vacations more and things like that, but really kind of tightening up on sticking to a budget so that we don't just spend, which is hard, because we sometimes you just want what you want and you feel like you deserve it. So you just go do things, but sometimes that can knock you off the track of where your goal is, because you also set these goals to do some things. So just being a little bit more disciplined in those areas. So those are some of our, business and personal goals that we're kind of aiming for this year.
I think you definitely threw out some key words there. Discipline.
Yeah.
What else did you say? There was just now after I'm thinking about it, it just flew out the side of my brain, right? but discipline just being number one. I mean, guys, I think discipline in goal setting is, because you're not going to accomplish your goal without some form of discipline, because that normally is how my downfall is I can talk about it, I can create the best goal out there, but if I don't have the discipline to execute it, and we're going to talk about how you pretty much how do you go about being successful with your goal, achieving your goal.
So let's dive into that. And I didn't mean to cut you off. So one of the things is clarity and direction, right? So that's what goals provide. They provide clarity and direction. So how do you, when you're setting your goal, how do you be clear? Because I know before we went live, Wilmot said, hey, I don't want to throw out my, this Bible verse and get too churchy. But sometimes you truly got to be clear in the direction that you're wanting to move in. And to me, in my personal opinion, the only way that you can truly be clear in your direction is by writing it down. Like truly write that vision down, make it plain, so that you can truly absorb it, so that you can work towards it. Because if you have this big, vague goal and there's no clear direction, it doesn't give you purpose, and you don't truly understand what you're trying to achieve. You're just kind of like, to me, like a hamster on a wheel. You're just spinning out of control, just waking up every day, doing whatever you want to do, and just hoping something sticks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so important that we have some clarity,
Yeah.
guys. You know, it's like, for instance, going to the, for instance, if you decide, hey, fitness in 2024 is a goal for me, and the way we actually, make that actually, come to pass is, hey, we got to be specific. Okay. We need to make sure we are specific. It's a quote. If you want to be prolific, you have to be specific. Okay.
Ooh,
And so if you think about it, like if fitness is one of them, and you say, well, man, I want to drop 20 pounds. Okay, great. Now you're actually, narrowing down, getting some clarity on what you really want to do. You're not just saying, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, because
You know?
but you have a number. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes, to me, that makes sense versus someone saying, I just want to lose weight. Okay, is that 1 pound, 2 pounds? Because because how do you measure that? So that's another thing about goals that are important, is that measurement. You have to be able to kind of track your success, because we didn't kind of say it, but I think it's kind of sort of understood that when it comes to goal setting, I truly feel that it's mindset. I mean, there's a discipline there, but you have to have the right mindset going into this of, okay, what is it going to take to help keep you accountable? What is it going to take to kind of keep that discipline in place?
Absolutely. Another thing it does is, as far as clarity, I like that. Well, EJ. As far as clarity, guys, you think about it. If I'm clear, the people around me know that I'm clear as well. So one of the cool things about setting goals, and another thing that could help us this year in 2024, is having some accountability.
Yeah.
Right. Tell your friends, tell the ones that support you. Let me put it that way.
Right. Yeah.
Tell the ones that's going to support you, because everybody ain't, I hate to say that, but everybody, that's your friend, doesn't mean that they're going to support you in your goals. Okay. I know you might be like, what? Really? But think about it. If you are trying to, let's just go to the fitness part again, because I think this is a big one on everybody's list. Like,
of course.
It's like, hey, if I'm trying to lose weight, bro, I can't go with you to the ice cream place this week.
Happy hour every other day.
I can't go with you and eat pizza on Fridays every Friday. If I'm really trying to achieve my goals, they're gonna be like, hey dog, come on, holla at your boy. We're gonna go to the spot. It's like, nah, your boy trying to drop this weight this year, so but I just think that, if you get around some people that have a similar mindset as you and really going to hold you accountable, I think it's really going to help you achieve your goals in 2024 by you being clear, like we talked about, and having direction. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but being clear and having that clarity, I think what's also just as much as important is, what are your driving factors? What is what motivates
what's your why?
What's motivating you to, first of all, go after your goal? So I'm going to need some new friends.
Holla at me, EJ. Holla at me.
But what's the focus? What's giving you that thing that you want to strive for? Like, with the weight loss, it just be as simple as, man, I want to be able to wear my high school band uniform. I don't care what it is. I don't know. You want to get back to be able to fit in your wedding dress or something as silly as whatever it may be in your life, but that is a motivating factor for you. And man, we're so particular people. The smallest things, losing 24 and 224. I hear that. I'm with you on that.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Don't lose that Kobe.
Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
But using that to avoid the distractions, using that, remembering those key motivators that, because of course we all know it gets tough, as especially when we set goals and the barometer isn't ticking, as fast or as high as we want it to immediately. So some goals take a long time. Sometimes it takes a while, to achieve certain goals. But if we keep that motivation and the reasons of why we're choosing to do what we're doing, I think it'll definitely help us in being successful in achieving those goals.
And I'm gonna say this, just to throw this in there too. What'll help you as well, and I'm speaking to myself, is having those goals visible, right?
Yes.
Not only the goals visible, but the motivator visible, right? Let's just say it's you wanting to get into that suit or whatever, and it's like, all right, dog, I need to put this suit somewhere visible in my closet so I can look at it every day, So I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym. I see that suit. I'm gonna get in that suit this year. So, but or have it one of the things I do is put it on my phone. Like I got like different, and I have a picture on my phone of different things I want to achieve. If it's a car I want to buy, different things like that. Just it's there for me to see it so I can stay motivated throughout the year. Because every day you're not gonna be motivated, guys.
Oh, yeah, man.
You're not gonna be motivated every day. But you need to see it so you can, stay motivated. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. And I do the same thing. I mean, I have sticky notes and index cards in my bathroom. So if I'm brushing my teeth or something, it's on my mirror. Or if I'm getting dressed and doing my makeup, I have it on my vanity. I have the goals that I'm trying to do here in my office. I have them on my wall. I have them on my dry erase board. They're, like you said, they're everywhere. On my phone, there's a vision board app that you can download where it can come up as a screensaver, or every day it kind of sends you little pieces of whatever your goals may be. So that way it's always top of mind and you're not forgetting, when you waking up every morning, you're starting your day. It's not just like you're haphazardly. It's like, oh, what am I going to do today? You know what you need to do today. You need to either make the calls, you need to either go to the gym, you need to meal prep, whatever that may be. You kind of have, some kind of direction and clarity to what it is that you're trying to achieve. And so I think what you guys said is all hits the nail on the head for me. But another one I think we didn't talk about was goals also helps you to kind of really be more efficient with time management as well. Because sometimes, everybody gets the same amount of hours a day. Everyone got 24, right? But even though everyone has 24 hours a day, depends on what are you doing with that time. Those high achievers, those people who are more disciplined and consistent, they tend to know how to make those 24 hours work for them. So really making sure that and I know at one point I was very good at managing my time. And I think once I started having children, and so Gavin and I just have opposite personalities. Like he said, he's more of a free spirit, more impulsive. Then eventually what ends up happening is kind of like spills over on me. or I let those distractions kind of take me off course. And so before I know it, I either spent too much time either talking or spent too much time watching TV or on social media or whatever. And then before you know it, you can't get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And so making sure that you can put certain things in place where it doesn't impact the way you manage your time.
Man, I tell you, one of the things that my mentor really got through to my head was being intentional. That word intentional really changed the game. And he brought up this example about LeBron James spending, I think, was it like $1 million a year on his body, like what he puts in his body or whatever, or his treatment for his body. But he's really just being very intentional about his longevity in the league and him playing at the level that he wants to play in. So we need to have, I ain't saying, you spending $1 million on your body, but what I'm saying is we need to be intentional about the things we really value and making sure we put the time aside, either the time aside, the money aside, the resources aside, so that we can go full force at that goal or whatever it is. And it might be sacrificing some things that we really enjoy. It might be saying, hey, I don't need to be on social media this season. I got quiet.
Yeah, man.
It might be saying, hey, if I'm trying to buy a house this year, hey, I don't need to go get that with my tax money this year.
Correct.
Mm.
Mm,
You know,
preach it now.
or it might be saying, hey, I might need to sacrifice going to Gucci or Louis or TJ Maxx or Ross or whatever the store you like to go to, or I, buy those J's that's coming out soon. You know, if I'm really serious about my goals in 2024, you know, I think we really have to be intentional about our actions, our money,
All
our
right.
time, and I think that's really going to help us out with being efficient. You know?
One of the things that we don't put a lot of thought into is like, we set goals, we work to accomplish them, but what is it about goals, the achievement of goals that makes it
That's good.
worthwhile? Like, man, just think about how gratifying it is, how much more confidence you have knowing that, man, I just killed that goal or I just achieved
Yeah.
this, something I set out. It's like, man, I can pat myself on the back. I can walk with a different swag today because, man, I got this done. Right. If we can carry that mindset and feed and hunger for those feelings like throughout the year, repetitively. And the way to do that is not by setting these obscure, out of the world goals to accomplish. Man, it's those small goals, it's those practical goals that I can hit that, and they do baby steps, man. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds in 2024 pounds in 2024. Well, man, in month one, I need to lose at least 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a good one.
Let's check mark that. Let's be like, man,
But then
I crushed that.
being happy with that too, like being
Yeah.
happy. So I didn't bring my book today; I left it at home. But the book that I mentioned before, "The Gap in the Game," that's it's a very good book that I really recommend everyone to get. That book it talks about that, right? Like not necessarily measuring yourself to exactly what you said, Gavin, setting realistic goals, right? Not, I mean, it's great to dream big and it's great to shoot for the moon and the stars. We're not telling you to have these but being okay with the incremental progress that you're making, I think is like even supersedes that. Because if the goal is to lose 20 pounds, and as you say, first month you lose 2, or even if you only lose 1.5, but your attitude plays a huge part in goal setting. If you have a negative attitude and a negative mindset about, oh man, whatever, then it's not going to give you that motivation. It's not going to give you that desire to want to push through the difficulties. So being able to celebrate what you have done. If you were able to cut back that one day, or if you was able to go to the gym 3 out of the 5, like give yourself credit for the incremental steps that you're making. To me, that is super important as well.
Absolutely, man. I just want to piggyback on what you just said, Gavin. Oh man, and LaShawn. Y'all said so much. I was so over here just trying to hold myself back. But Gavin, when you achieve those little goals, right? What happens is you're building confidence. Okay. Because a lot of times when we don't see progression, we start almost like, oh, this ain't working.
Right.
So I'm gonna stop.
Start questioning.
Yeah, and it's and I don't know why I keep going back to this. It just seems like the best example. Bro, if you go to the gym one day, you're not gonna see results. You know what I'm saying? And let's bring it to real estate, right? And for my agents out there, if you make calls for one day, majority of the time you're not going to see results. You're not going to close a house your first day in real estate. That's just not going to happen. But I just feel like when you start really putting together a consistent body of work,
yep,
over time, you're going to build confidence. You're going to see you're going to see what we call like it's going to look slow in the beginning, but then you're going to hit like an exponential time in your progress. Why? Because you're getting better every day. It's a book called Atomic Habit, right? It's a book right there, consistency. When it's a book called Atomic Habit, right? I forgot the author's name, but y'all
I know
just
exactly what you're talking about.
Atomic Habit. He talks about getting 1% better every day.
Right.
Right? Getting 1% better every day. And if we just focus on just getting 1% better every day, bro, by the end of the year, you're gonna be way more you're gonna be over what 300 and something percent better than you was last year this time. You see what I'm saying? So and then you're gonna really hit like a moment of and I think they call it like the compound effect or something like that. Where all of those days that you've really been putting in the work is really just going to come to fruition at some point. But you just can't give up if you don't see results. You got to get used to delayed gratification.
Right.
So,
I'm with you 100%, Will. I think this is where our nature to be resilient and also to be adaptable to our situations and our circumstances while we're working on our goals. I think remaining resilient, which is very difficult and very hard to do, is simply using everything that your reason why, your reason, what motivates you, why are you choosing to do this, and saying that no matter what, I'm going to stick to this. Like, you have to make that decision. You have to have that mindset, like LaShawn said, to say this is the goal, and nothing else is going to remove me from achieving this. I'm going to see it through. I'm going to remain resilient.
Oh man, that last comment that was just up there made me think about this, my man Antonio. And it made me think about faith, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right.
So we can't, if you don't see it, doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? But if your faith is shown in your actions daily, you see what I'm saying? So if we continue to act in faith, doing the things that we know that's going to work in our favor, bro, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. I just had a talk last night with one of my agents. I said, bro, it's going to work out. Even if you don't see it working for you, it's working on you.
Yeah.
All right.
But here's the thing I would add to that too, is that to me, all I kept hearing, because Gavin and I taught a lesson in our marriage class called sowing and reaping, but it applies to everything. You're sowing seeds. You're sowing seeds. I mean, every day that you do a little bit, every phone call that you make, whether you're a realtor, every, effort that you put in, whether you're going to the gym, every little thing that you're doing, you're sowing a seed. And once you sow that seed, in due time, it will come to harvest. It will. So you just have to make sure, one, that you're sowing good seeds. You're sowing positive things. You're sowing, things, and you're sowing those seeds upon fertile ground, great soil, so that you can get these results that you're looking for. I think that is so key, because your attitude and your effort is what's going to really determine how you show up and how you meet these goals. And even if you stumble, get back up. Like, don't let a defying moment or a moment of weakness or a moment of inconsistency define the remainder of your year. Absolutely. You know what I mean? There's 12 months in the year, there's 365 days. Even if you're not able to hit it every single day, it's okay. You still just have to keep going. It reminds me of when we were teaching our 8-year-old how to ride her bike, and she was so afraid of falling. Even though she had a helmet on, she had all the pads on in the world, she was just, the fear of falling, like, almost paralyzed her for even trying. And so I had to look her in her pretty little face, and I said, you're going to fall, and it's okay. Long as you get back up and you keep putting forth the effort. And so she put that effort forth, and she didn't even fall. Like, she was able to, first go around, first try, she was able to do it. So I say that to say, you can't allow your mindset, the fear, to paralyze you into thinking that it's not going to happen.
Don't we learn so much from our kids?
We do.
My goodness. Like, you learn so much. We learn so much from our kids, man. They give me so much. Oh my God. I be preaching to them. I be preaching to myself. Don't you be scared to go out there and do that? You gotta get out there and do that. Yeah. And I be the same. I be the main one talking to myself, not doing something I know I'm supposed to be doing. Or being fearful about, talking on social media or whatever. So yeah.
Hey, listen, bro. When it comes to sports, like 8-year-old plays soccer as well,
Oh,
man. And we always getting on like, how you out of breath already, or why you not giving 100%? And man, I'm like, if I was out there trying to do this right now, I'd be gonna pass out. But yeah, I'm yelling at her. So again, that gives me my motivation when I get up in the morning. I go to the gym every day. I'm like, all right, bro, you're gonna have to, when it's time to show up, that little self practice we have sometimes during the week, where I'm out there trying to school her. I got to be able to keep up and be able to run the field like she does. So
you're right, man. We learn so much. Our kids bless us so much with so much wisdom, man, and that right there reminds us that we need to go out there and like practice what we preach.
So true.
Yeah, man.
So true. Well, guys, I think this was such a great episode today. We thank you guys for tuning in. So definitely, I know this is Teach Me Tuesday on a Wednesday, but we will definitely be back with you guys next week. And so that's it. You guys can find us. You can definitely follow us on all social media platforms. You can follow me on Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel, so please check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more videos like this. We are uploading them all there as well. That's All Things Mortgage with Team Abraham. Same thing with Facebook, TikTok, LaShawn Abraham, Mortgage Consultant. How can they find you, Wilmot?
Same way, if you're watching on Facebook right now, Wilmot Berry, with the Berry Group, broker by eXp Realty. Same thing on YouTube as well. Just put in Wilmot Berry, eXp Realty, the Berry Group, and also Instagram as well. So the Berry Group _ the Berry _ group. So that's how you can find me.
Right.
And how can they find you, Mr. Get Her Done?
Hey, just be looking out for me on the streets of Somerville. I drive a big red truck. Got a little noise. So that's how you can follow me. Just
has a lot of noise. It does.
And you can ride down the road.
Gotcha.
But now I'm on all social media platforms.
You guys have an awesome Wednesday. Until next time. Bye.
All right. Peace out.